Hi everyone, it's Lara. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you'll stick around and hit that subscribe button. In today's video, I'm going to be comparing the Plum Paper Planner Daily Planner against the Erin Condren Daily Duo. So for those of you that don't know or haven't been around my channel, I've been a huge fan of the Daily Duo. I just love everything about it. The paper, the layout, you name it, I love it. When everybody was starting to look at different planners, for one reason or another, I took a look at the Plum Paper website, mainly just to see. I was curious about it and stumbled upon the fact that they had a 6 and 12 month daily option. And so I thought I would just order one and just to see. I will admit before I do this whole video that I'm Team Daily Duo. I love every aspect of it, but I think there's a lot of things in here that are pretty sweet. So I wanted to show them side by side. So I pulled out my Daily Duo for the latter 6 months of the year, so January through June. I have hacked and messed up my first 6 months of the year, so I felt like it was better to look at this one. And then this is the 12-month Plum Paper Planner Daily Planner. The first thing I'll say is I would definitely not advise getting 12 months in this. It's gigantic. I don't know if you can tell, but maybe just to do this to show you the difference in coil size, it's monstrous. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was thinking that maybe it would be the difference between getting an Erin Condren 12-month coil versus 18-month coil, and I'd prefer the bigger coil, but this is ridiculously large. This is not just a little bit bigger. So anyway, let's dig in. So my friend Bethany over at Beach Hand Plans did a full flip through of the daily planner. So I'll leave a link to her video in the description box as well. So I'll flip through this kind of quickly just so that you can see what's in here. So it's an opening page, an overview of 2020 and 2021, a special date section, kind of similar to the Erin Condren planner. Ideas, plans, goals. So this is actually kind of identical to the Erin Condren one where you can write in whatever you want. This page has a dashboard similar to the Erin Condren dashboard. And the only difference is that it has a glossy finish to it. So you would have to write in a permanent marker. Okay. And then it has a monthly calendar, and then you get into the daily pages. And so I went ahead and mocked up a couple days of spreads. I used a planner cake kit for this page, and I was able to use the washi at the top. I used her roll of washi to cover all of these up. I used script stickers, and then I'll talk about the times in a little bit. And then the next day I did a Simply Smith Stickers mini kit here and used some Simply Gilded washi. And then here is another planner cake kit. So you can really get kind of a similar look to the Daily Duo, but we can talk about that in a second. What I want to talk about is the pages. So let me flip open to the Erin Condren Daily Duo for us to take a look comparing the two. Okay, so you can see that the pages are the same size, and I don't know if it'll show up in the camera, but the paper is different. And whenever you bring up Plum paper, the first thing somebody wants to talk about is the paper. I'm the same way. Okay, so I would say that the paper is similar, but very different. So I think the weight of it is pretty similar, although because of the finish on it, the Plum paper seems thinner, even though I know it's not. The biggest thing that's different about it is the grit to it. So Plum Papers is super smooth. It's ridiculously smooth. Smooth is the best way to think about it. Where the Erin Condren one has more of a grit to it and therefore makes the pages just seem thicker. My preference by far is the Erin Condren paper. There's no doubt in my mind. The grit to it makes your pen really stick to it, where on the Plum paper, it glides and you have to be careful not to smear it. So that to me is the biggest difference. But let's talk about the layout a little bit. So I did customize my Plum paper planner to have all blank sections, but you can change each one of these boxes to say different things. You can write it in. I know that I change what I write in these boxes almost every week or so. So I didn't want to commit to anything. I wish I would have gotten the neutral option. I think I thought in my mind, like I have the colorful version of the Daily Duo and it doesn't bother me. But the difference is in the Daily Duo, the only color on the page is this top section and the asterisks. Here in the Plum paper planner, it's kind of throughout. I wish I would have gotten the neutral, but that's okay. So for my spreads, then I was sort of relegated to whiting out almost everything because you could see the green through it. And unless you were going to do like an entirely green washi and everything, you would see it through it. The other thing that's different about the Plum paper planner and why I think it would be really good as like a work planner or like an appointment planner is that it doesn't have the hours written in. This section over here is designated to be sort of the time blocks, where on the Daily Duo, this is the whole time section. And so you can do a couple different things. And I think I set a page up to walk through it. Okay. So in my spreads, let me get rid of this for a second. I had been using the Nicole Hutch Designs transparent Daily Duo time labels, and they fit perfectly from 8 to 5 on the Plum paper planner time section. So that's one option. Option 2 is you can write in your own times. Option 3 is I pulled these from OK Plans. She has a couple different time options. And you could put one that starts at 7 and goes till 4, and it lines up pretty well on the Plum paper planner. Or I've seen people use this side, which is actually the to-do section, to put in times, and you could start at 6 a.m. and go all the way to 9 p.m. It gets off a little bit, but it's close enough. And I wonder if, let's see, let's move this first, if it'll come up. I also noticed that because of the glossy finish, it's hard to pick up stickers from it. Yeah, I can't get it to come up. But my guess is you could also use that over here. So you could get an 8 to 8 over here as well. So those are your time options. It is significantly more customizable. For me, that means more work. I like that the Erin Condren is already sort of laid out. But what it does do, let's flip back to the spread, is it gives you a lot more room to write, which I thought in the Daily Duo you had a ton of room to write, but on the Plum paper planner you have significantly more room. To-dos is pretty much the same size. Let's see. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It has like 15, so it has a little bit more to-do space, but you get this space, you get this bottom space, you get this space, which on a blank page looks like that. Does that have... No, it just looks like it has lines. You can see the lines through the following page. So if you're a person that really likes lines, to make sure you write straight, you can see right through it. So there's just more functional space. You'll see in this setup where I use the planner cake kit, there's a lot of room to write different things up here, down here, over here, down here, all your to-dos and your times. So I don't know. I'm kind of a fan. The biggest thing that has me totally thinking that it's really awesome is that Saturday and Sunday automatically come with their own pages. You know that in my Daily Duo, I've added a page to have Saturday and Sunday have their own page, but then I'm left with this awkward page as well. And I don't know what to do with it because I've already used the Saturday and Sunday. The thing to note though, is if you try to use kits that have Saturday and Sunday, that are formatted for the Daily Duo, it's not going to work because it's going to have a strip sticker that's meant to fill 2 days, not 1. So on Saturday and Sunday, you would want to use a mini kit, or you'd want to use just like a strip of washi to cover the top if this is the planning style that you like. A couple other questions that I got were around the covers and the size. So the way that Plum paper works, which I think is a little confusing, is your planner comes with an attached cover, and this cover is like pretty indestructible. It comes with a card that you can try to ruin, but it's basically impossible. But then you have the option to order removable, interchangeable covers. And I think what I'm confused about is whether you're supposed to like put this over that or rip out your other one. And then I was really struggling, and I'll try to do it on camera. I like couldn't really easily get this cover on. Like you kind of have to work at it. It's not, I don't think that the Erin Condren ones are really easy to put on, but this one was more challenging. Let's see, I'm cruising along here. Kind of have to do each one individually. Okay. All right, we're almost done, guys. All right. Yeah, there we go. So I don't know what the intention is. I also did read maybe on a Facebook group that you can ask in the notes for your original cover to be not like to be punched through like the interchangeable ones so that you could replace the cover. I'm not really sure how that works. I feel like that would be helpful information on their website. So I'm gonna take this off, which also doesn't come off very easy. Okay, I don't think I'm a fan of the interchangeable covers. But the question was whether the Erin Condren ones would fit, so let's try that. Okay. And I think the answer is kind of. Let's see. See how that just like clicks in a lot easier? I don't know. The good news is that the coils are the same, so you can use all the same snap-in accessories that you would use for the Erin Condren. Okay, so the cover fits, kind of, except that the Plum paper cover is larger and the pages, I should have done this differently. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, let's put it on over this so we can see it better. I don't really change my covers that often, so I probably would stick with whatever came on the book. But okay, so by itself, if you were to remove the Plum paper cover, it would totally work. If you put it on top of the Plum paper cover, it would be kind of weird because the Plum paper cover is larger than the Erin Condren cover is. So where with the Erin Condren planner cover, you can see all the tabs. With the Plum paper one, it covers up all of the tabs is kind of the easiest way to describe the difference. But you could do it. You could totally do it. You would just want to take this off, I think. And then the snap-in ruler works fine, everything like that. And then there is the option to have like add-ons added on. I didn't get any add-ons on this book because I was ordering it in a frenzy. Trying to get it, which is why I ended up with this monster 12-inch or 12-month one. But what I did want to do, and my handwriting is not pretty, guys, but I wanted to do a pen test because the paper I think is really important to people. So I'm going to do this in, let's see. I'll do it in the Erin Condren and the Plum paper. See how I can lay this out. And my handwriting is not that pretty, guys. Okay, so let's start with the tool pen. I think everybody really likes that one. Oops, and I spelled something wrong. So it kind of smears right away if you do it right away, but it dries after that. So that's not terrible. Let's do it here. No smearing. I just think you can tell that I write better on the Erin Condren paper because it's grittier. Okay. Okay, that smears initially. Let that dry. No smearing. Okay, no smearing if you wait a little bit. Let's use the thicker side. Oh, major smear. Yeah, there's something about the Erin Condren paper. It just holds on to the pen a lot better. It doesn't really smear, but it's still smearing the dual tip. Yeah, there's just no smearing on the Erin Condren pages. Okay, let's get into the heavier ones here. So this is the Papermate Flare. Smears. No smearing in the Erin Condren. Okay, now I'm gonna get into like the heavy lifters. So I got a Sharpie actual marker. No smearing. See about the shadowing on the other side. Oops. And it does shadow through. That's the first pen that's shadowed through, which I would expect it to. It's a pretty thick, permanent pen. Nothing there, but let's see. Definitely shows through on the other side. Okay, and the last one I wanted to try was the Micro Perm. Okay, so no smearing. Let's see about the shadowing. That one also shadows, which again, I would expect. The ones that don't seem to smear, shadow. Yeah, shadows through there too. So what I would say is that I think that as long as you let it dry, you can use any of your pens, but you have to let it dry. It's really easy to not let it dry. I did it a handful of times yesterday when I was using it because you're just like writing and then you forget. Let's see if I can find. There was definitely somewhere where, I don't know where it is. But that's just something to notice. The other thing that I noticed was that the tool pens were like leaving indentations through the page. So I don't know, you probably can't see on the camera, but there's like indentations from where I wrote, which is fine. So moral of the story is I think it's a really great daily option. I prefer the Daily Duo, but I see a lot of value in this. Like this would be an amazing work planner where you could take notes in places. I love that the kits fit really well in the Plum paper planner, and I love that Saturday and Sunday have their own page. The thing I don't like about it is the paper. I prefer the grit of the Erin Condren paper. If every planner could have the Erin Condren paper, I would have a lot more choices. But I think it's a really good planner, but I really would not get more than 6 months in it. And just for comparison's sake, let's see if I can show this, what 6 months looks like in each planner. Because one thing that Erin Condren said was like, if they gave Saturday and Sunday their own page in the Daily Duo, it would have to be like twice as thick. And you can see that the Daily Duo is thicker for 6 months without Saturday and Sunday having its own page. And that's, I think, because the paper is not as, it doesn't have as big of a footprint in the Plum paper planner. So that's sort of the differences between the two. I think both are really great options. The Plum paper planner I think is a little bit more affordable. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but I think it was more affordable than the Daily Duo. And you have significantly more customization options. You can add different pages to it. You can do all sorts of crazy things with it, and customize all the headers, and there are just so many things that you can do. So I would love to know if you have other questions about the Plum paper planner in the comments section below, and I'd be happy to answer them. But just thought I would pop on and explain the differences between the two and tell you never order a 12-month one. I also have an hourly Plum paper planner if you're interested in seeing a comparison of those two, or a spread 2 ways, one in the Erin Condren hourly, one in the Plum paper planner. Let me know in the comments as well. All right, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.